Aloha gang, sitting outside of Keanu, and we are closing on this property in the next few days. So this is an awesome story of collaboration and teamwork, and so we just wanted to share kind of the journey up into this point so far.
We are gonna check the main area of the home, which we're gonna do a lot of alterations and changing this kind of big living room into 2 bedrooms. So right here is actually gonna be 2 bedrooms. We're gonna push everything down this way. There's actually a bathroom right here. So we're gonna steal some living area from here, push it down this way. This is also a bedroom, so we're gonna turn this area right here into 3 bedrooms and 1 bathroom. And I think we're blowing this out. By doing so, it matches the comps, which is a 4.2 in the Wilhelmina area. So we're thinking we can definitely hit the ARV by doing this.
The wall that you just walked through is totally going down. We're keeping the existing layout of the kitchen as you see here, except for the blue cabinetry behind you. That's all leaving. We're standing in the master bedroom, which we think will be the money shot, the thing that will sell the house, because you have ocean view right there behind you. We're reworking the whole layout though, because when you walk in right now, you're walking into a wall, which makes 0 sense whatsoever. So this is being X-nayed, and then you'll still have the closet and the master bath behind you, behind this wall. Just so it's huge master bedroom. Like you could even have a sitting area, like if you really wanted to. It's really, really big. So there'll be a, ceiling fan, can lights, split AC, nice, beautiful picture windows. We're gonna be replacing all the windows and double walling everything.
So the house is gonna get all new electrical. We'll upgrade to 200 amps. Also all new plumbing all the way out to the street. That's it. It's gonna be dope.
It will not be rounded. We will modernize it with straight lines and corners. This house is gonna be fun.
This was actually listed on the market for 1.45. They took it off the market, which I had no idea about that this even existed yet. It wasn't until a classmate of mine that I went to high school with messaged me on Instagram and was like, hey, my auntie is gonna list her property. Do you wanna take a look at it? She gave me her auntie's phone number. We talked for about 15 to 30 minutes. Great conversation, built rapport with her. At the end of the conversation, she was like, oh, I'm gonna list it back on the market tomorrow, but why don't you go ahead and take a look at it? So I hit up the Maku'i realtor. We walked it the next morning, put in the offer originally at 920. They countered us at 1 million. And then I was like, Lacey, it's kind of tight at 1 million. Can we get it for 975? So she did a verbal counter offer at 975, and then they accepted. I am not as consistent. I want to be completely transparent. I'm not as consistent as the Kalamas over here as posting on social media, but I do post on what I do. I post out that I'm always looking for deals, that I'm buying houses and as is condition. I tell people whenever I meet someone or run into people from high school, I tell them what I do, and it just so happened that it came to fruition. Definitely 100%. I don't think I would have gotten this deal at the price that I locked it up for if it wasn't for that conversation. It was just 30 minutes of getting to know each other, just talking story. And every time I'm on the conversation or I'm having a conversation with a homeowner, I let them know what I do. And what I do is I turn homes that are needing some love and it turned into a beautiful product, and then we put it back on the market for other locals to live in. That's exactly what we do as real estate investors. Because I had that great relationship built over the course of 15 to 30 minutes, I forgot how long it was, but that is what solidified the deal for me and why she chose me over other competing offers. I brought in my realtor because she already had a listing agreement and it was going back on the market the next day. They already had it in queue. And so I wouldn't have the opportunity to offer on the home if I didn't have some sort of representation, and that's where Lacey comes in.
I like working with investors because they take the emotion out of buying. When you work with a lot of first-time home buyers and VA buyers and just other buyers in general, there's a lot of emotion attached to buying a home, and yes, that's more rewarding, but there's also with investors, they're most likely going to be repeat business. If you do a great job the first time and you show them what you can do, they'll most likely come back to you, and you also have the opportunity to make money on the front and back end when they purchase and list the property. So, I mean, there's a lot of pros to working with investors. It's a couple of nights. You can find me on social media at the My Cut You Realtor, your homegirl. Now, but honestly, just reach out. I'm always happy to help. I know there are a lot of new people out there trying to get into real estate investing, and all I'm trying to do is provide value and education. So if you guys got questions, come to me. I'll be happy to answer them. And if I don't know the answer, I'll go ahead and find it for you.
It was kind of funny. I just joined Sub 2, and then, you know, I was going ham on putting offers on the MLS and still doing my own marketing. I locked this one up, and I knew I needed to leverage someone with experience. I've only done condos before, and this was a huge single-family home that needed a lot of work, and I knew that I would struggle if I took this on myself. I reached out to Como High. I shot him a text message. He was busy. We didn't chat till, I believe, till Deals in Aloha. Yeah, like 2 or 3 days later, and then he was like, dude, this is a solid deal. Let me talk to the boss lady. And then the boss lady was like, it's good. And then here we are.
I remember at Deals in Aloha when he was showing his fucking cute little spreadsheets. I was like, dude, why aren't you buying this deal? Like, buy the deal, make the offer, counter, just accept. So yeah, you did a really good job at sourcing it. And I think it's smart. I think you and I talk about it all the time, where we should have, and we wish we did, on our first single family project, which was our first deal ever. We wished we partnered and we could have leveraged somebody else's resources and experience. And I think it just would have made our life a lot easier. So kudos to you, and welcome to the shit show.
Yes, this is my first single family flip, and I'm super excited. I remember seeing a post that they did that saying that they're sourcing their deals or something like that from collaborating. They were looking for, like, they wanted to do 20 something deals, and it's all from, you know, collaboration. And I figured, like, I knew that these were the first people that I wanted to reach out to. Of course, other people reached out, but I just knew that the type of work that they do, the type of work ethic, and going back to social media as well. Like, I was probably aware of it because they posted it on social media. I probably wouldn't have known that they were looking to collaborate and JV with other people if they hadn't posted on social media. I am bringing some money, about half of the private money, and I'm bringing an open mind. I'm going to be a sponge throughout this entire process and just soak everything in.
You brought the most important thing. You brought the opportunity in and of itself. And you brought a locked up contract. A sweet, really good locked up contract is really all that you need to bring, I feel like, when it comes to wanting to partner, you know, with an investor that does multiple deals a year. Having the deal is a starting point, and you totally brought that. And then you brought money on top of that. This kid's a superstar. I feel like you can do more when you collaborate with other people. We're able to do that many more deals and leverage, because yeah, you have experience though, bro. You people that bring deals, bring leads, bring value, bring money. There's so much that you can do together and go further than you can do on your own. And I feel like for me personally, it makes me want to, when you collaborate with other people, and I feel like this is a lot, people don't really talk about this too much, but when you collaborate with other people, you're kind of forced to open up your curtain and show them your back end. You're forced to show them your contractors, your lenders, your scopes of work, your everything. And it almost makes you want to do better. makes you want to tighten up loose ends. It is a microscope on what you're working on. So for me personally, it points out errors and it points out loose points that need to get tied up.
When I brought this deal and we were talking about the partnership, the Kalamas was like, yeah, let's do a 50-50. But then it kind of bothered me knowing that they have all this experience, and especially after the initial walkthrough, I was like a baby, like falling. I wish we got like this on film, but I was a baby and they were like holding my hand throughout the entire thing. And after that I realized like if it wasn't for them, I'd be in over my head. And so I gave them a call and I was like, hey guys, you know, this is how I feel. I'd feel a lot better if we did 60-40. And they were like, yeah, let's do it. They were cool with it. And then after that we agreed, we signed the paperwork, and I just felt so much better knowing that I would gladly give up profits for experience, knowledge, and for someone to help me along the way.
I mean, that's such a crazy question, and it totally depends, because so we have people that reach out to us for men in different parts of the process, right? So I would say when somebody reaches out and they're like, hey, I saw this bus up house in my street, and sends me that address, that's a lot different than what Zalen did, right? Where he's literally coming to the table with a locked up contract. So that opposed to the person that's sending you an address that has no clue if the seller wants to sell or not, I still have to get on the phone with that seller, figure out first if they want to sell, then negotiate a price with them and do all of that legwork. So in those situations, we normally will pay a referral fee.
I think it's very deal specific, and I think it's very situational, relational specific. With that said, if we close on a contract that you either referred or wholesaled or whatever, you're always going to get some type of monetary value. You're never going to leave with nothing. Never, ever. You bring value, you get value. It's a reciprocal relationship. I think, like you said, there's a difference between somebody who has experience, somebody that has done all the footwork. Even if you give yourself you have experience, you know what I mean? You've done a deal. And then you bring a locked up contract is very different, like you said, from somebody that brings you a lead. There's a difference between a lead and a contracted deal. So, but yeah, all that to say, I think it's very deal and situationally specific, but you'll never leave with nothing.
People don't necessarily put enough emphasis on is the value that experience can bring, right? Yeah. So like what Zalen brought up earlier is he realized that experience is really invaluable, right? So I agree with Tristan. I feel like it is a very deal specific thing. In some instances, maybe someone brings a deal plus they bring the private money, and say we come in and we'll bring the construction, the relationships, the design, and the project management. And maybe in that situation, we would do 50-50. But honestly, it's just like, dude, very, very specific to the deal.
The overall plan for this house is to buy it, which we'll be closing on it in the next couple of days, renovate it in the shortest amount of time possible, and put it back on the market. I
feel like the goal always is to breathe aloha back into this house and then put a local family back into it. Compared to what we normally buy or see, there's a lot of this house that we'll keep. I mean, it is going to get a full makeover. If you ask Chong, our contractor, he'll tell you 2 months. So that's why we're going with 3. She's always very conservative with everything, but yeah, I think we'll be in and out pretty quick on this one.
Stay tuned, everybody.
Yeah!